Lakers news. Was Michael Jordan's competition really weaker than LeBron's? An expert weighs in on the Michael Jordan/LeBron James debate. As long as there are fans, there will always be a debate over who is the greatest player in the history of the. While there are plenty of worthy choices, including and so many more, the argument usually boils down to two players. There are accolades you can point at to favor either option. Jordan has won more championships and was named more times. However, has scored more points than any player in history and has consistently been in for 20 consecutive years. Insider offered his opinion on the matter, revealing a controversial claim in favor of on an episode of Gary, who is the longtime trainer. He flat out said, "Can play against anybody," claimed. The first championship they played against, the second was against, the third was Phoenix, fourth was Seattle, and then the last two were. And his argument was probably the best matchup that the had was in '96 against the where they had Sean and more. But then you look at people who talk about his record and his journey. I think played in the freelance era where there was no loyalty in basketball from a myriad of different perspectives. Robinson then opened up conversation to ask what exactly it means to be called the. But do you think that the conversation should be described based upon your winning and loss record, or do you think it should just be based off of impact and more? Like, how do you equate? Because everybody talks about, but what's the criteria? I think it's everything, countered personality. I think you can't just focus on one thing. I will say, though, I don't like the argument that didn't face anybody in the finals. Because if you look at it honestly, yeah, the harder parts of his career was in the. It wasn't in the. There is multiple criteria someone could use to define the greatest player of all time. Whether it's points, championships, or any other category, the fact of the matter is that both are legendary players, the likes of which we may never see again.